This is a tutorial on setting up a contract and printing the contract. In this screen, we're going to be setting up a contract for a particular piece of equipment that we're going to have a monthly repair maintenance agreement on. So we're going to call this contract RD 9000. The customer number we're going to use is ROB0001, which is Robert Creeks. Next, we enter in our product code field repair, which is a product code that we have set up for repairing equipment. So this is not the actual product number of the or asset number of the piece of equipment we're going to repair. This is the actual service that we're going to do, and it is repairing of equipment. Next, we'll enter a purchase order number in, and followed by the serial number for the piece of equipment. This is not a field that's validated and is not mandatory, so we'll enter a value in that field. Next, we'll enter our terms. We'll do a list of values on this field. These are the terms and conditions that apply to the contract. This is not the terms like the payment terms. They're not accounts payable or accounts receivable terms. So we can select from here repair service terms that we've previously set up in terms and conditions maintenance. And we'll see the description of this term print on the contract. Next, we can enter the description of the that we're actually going to provide on this contract. And then the starting date of our contract. This is for our range of starting and end date, so we're going to just put in here 1st of April, and the ending date we'll put just the 31st of December. Next, we'll select the type, which is monthly, or we could do it annually. Next field would be the taxes. This is a Canadian customer, so we're seeing on the screen here the Canadian tax codes appear on the screen, which is the goods and services tax on the federal level and your provincial sales tax on the provincial level. If this was a customer in a different country, you'd see the appropriate tax codes display on the screen. So in this case here, we're going to charge GST, and we'll populate this field with a 1 for retrieving tax code number 1, which is 7%. We're not going to charge provincial sales tax on this, so we're going to leave that field blank. Next, we're going to enter our dollar amount and save the record. Now our contract is ready for processing. After we're done processing our contract and gone through our billings, we would then see the number of billings appear in this portion of the screen and the last billing date. Here, if there were any orders that have already been processed through the system, either contracts or sales orders, we could query on this by clicking on the detail button to see the last order number. And also there's an accounts receivable inquiry button here that brings up the accounts receivable records for this particular customer. Now we will fast track into the contract invoice print program and print the contract. Execute query, and run it to screen. Here on the screen we can see our contract, the customer number, the product, which is the repaired equipment, the description that we enter the contract date range, and the terms and conditions from the terms and conditions maintenance, and that's the text of that. And on the bottom here, the signature line for the receiver and the receiving companies. That concludes the tutorial on setting up the contracts and printing the contracts. The next tutorial will focus in on printing the contract invoices.